G'day guys, it's Jimmy Trades here. Happy Monday. Hope your morning is starting off well. Did you have a great weekend with family and friends? I certainly hope so. I had a great weekend myself, just hanging around the house, doing some work, hanging out with family, and went up to the beach. Spent some time up at the beach on Sunday, which was awesome. So a great way to reset and get ready for the week ahead. Talking about that, let's get into it. Let's move over to the calendar where we always start and see what's happening. So we see we've got no news today. No news Monday, so we just take it a bit more patiently and look for our positions after 9:30 open. We have high impact news on Tuesday, followed by Wednesday where we have FOMC. So looking for positions again after news and open on Tuesday. FOMC, because the news is not till 2, I'd probably just sit Wednesday out. If you were going to trade, then you would be waiting till after the news. So after 2 p.m. to look for a position. And then on Thursday, we have unemployment claims at 8:30. So just looking for a position after 9:30. And Friday, no news. So same rule applies, just waiting for open. So, we can anticipate lower probability days on the days with no news, but that's not to say there's not going to be a position present itself. Also, guys, just keep in mind, we have contract rollover this week. So what you want to be doing is you want to be checking out barchart.com. So let's go and have a look over there. So you want to get onto this site, barchart.com, and that way you can come and have a look at how the volume is on each contract. So if we scroll down, we can see here on ES that the September contract, which is the current contract, which is the U contract, has a volume of 80,000, while the Z contract, which is December, has a volume of 71. So the volume on the Z contract is still lower. So just keep an eye on that. I'll be checking this daily just to see where the volume is at, and then moving over to the correct contract once the volume flips. So once the volume on the Z contract is higher, then I'll be looking to trade on that contract. Now, that probably isn't as important if you're using the continuous contract, which is the ES1 or the NQ1 contract. But for the indices, I trade always on the contract itself. So I'll be waiting till this volume here increases. Okay, let's jump into the charts. Okay, here we are on NQ. So we had price invalidate this bearish FEG here on the daily, and we were targeting, or we are targeting, these highs. So we invalidated the bearish movement here. We're pushing through this bearish order block, and we're reaching for these equal highs. So that's my target area. That's not to say that we might not see a pullback before a move higher. We may see something, where price pulls down into this bullish FEG. For a move lower before moving higher, or we may just see expansion till we take out these highs. But regardless of all that, I will run with a bullish bias today. Let's drop down to the hourly. And if we unhide all these, we'll see what I had marked up. Oh, we don't need that one. I'll talk about that actually in a second. We'll drop down to the 5-minute. Okay, so we had high resistance liquidity. At this reversal, we also had a bullish unicorn through here, which was respected. We have manipulation leg here we've projected from, and our -2 of that manipulation leg aligns perfectly with the equal highs. Okay, so that's our equal highs. We also have low resistance liquidity at the highs. So a really good area for us to target. This level here, just looking at an order block where to close through. So looking at this to be a level that price will support and continue higher if we do come down. And you can see today how we've really just been in this tight little range, which is not too surprising. No news Monday, big news middle of the week. So I'm not surprised to see this tight range. So if we do get any sort of movement today during open, it would be nice to see some manipulation lower and then find a unicorn higher would be ideal. Okay, so overall bullish on NQ. Now let's just drop down to the 5-minute for a second. Let's clear. Actually, let's just hide all those for the moment. Okay. So in our Unicorn University, we have a legend in there runs by the name of Kim Vesco, who has an awesome straddle method for attacking evals, to expedite evals for prop firms in order to get funded very quickly. We talked about that method last week. It might have been the week before, but we have spoken about it before on this channel. Kim Vesco has gone and actually created an indicator, which is called the one shot, one kill protection pad. So previously, to approach the one shot, one kill, we would put our position tool, we would set the pad. Let's say we wanted a 20 pad. Close enough for this example, let's say. And then what we would have to do is we would move this around with price as we got closer to news, and then, you know, with about 10 seconds to go, we push our orders into place and let the magic happen. Well, with the indicator that he's created, all we have to do now is we set our pad, if you want it to be 20. And right now, these points are exactly 20 points away from price. So it's going to be a really great tool to use during those periods of time when we want to expedite evals. We can literally just have the pad, protection pad indicator on, and then have our orders sitting here. We don't need to worry about the position tool anymore. We can just drop our orders in the last few seconds right where we need them to be. So a little bit more precision given this way. Just a great little tool that I think Kim Vesco has provided for us. So grab that. It's one shot, one kill, or OSOK protection pad by Kim Vesco. Let's just check that. Not that one. Okay, so one shot, one kill protection pad. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's go back out to the daily and let's have a look at ES. So ES, we're telling a similar story here to NQ. We invalidated this bearish FEG, and because we invalidated that, we're expecting, or anticipating rather, expansion to continue higher. So we have these relative equal highs here. We're anticipating price to reach there. We also have relative equal highs here. Okay, so we have closed through, and again, maybe we'll see a retracement before we reach higher. Okay, so we may not continue to expand today, but that will remain to be seen. But we may see some retracement before we push higher, or none at all. We might just continue to expand. But based on the information we have right now, where we've invalidated this bearish FEG, which is the most recent information, we're not at a point of interest, so we're not at a swing high, we're not at a swing low. Okay, so this is our most recent information we can use. Therefore, we can look for our bias to remain bullish. If we drop down to the hourly, again, similar here to NQ. We had this manipulation leg. We had the bullish unicorn here, this bullish breaker that supported price. So we didn't fail. We continued to hold price there. That was also this level here, change in the state of delivery. And that just perfectly bounced off of that change in the state of delivery. So anticipating price to reach higher, we can see those relative equal highs align with our -2 to 2.5. This is our first area of interest though. We want to see price reach here first. We have a bullish order block here, but again, you can see that price is just in a bit of a range here today. So be patient today. If we can get a manipulation lower and then we get a move higher and we are lucky enough to see a unicorn present itself, then happy days. Okay, let's go and have a look at Euro futures. It's getting some lovely expansion. So I had this order block here, this bearish order block marked out because we did get a close below, and I wanted to see if price respected this order block. And we can see that on Friday, if we just zoom in a little bit, on Friday price respected that bearish order block beautifully. So we actually had some nice expansion through, then we actually closed below the 50% of that order block. We're now disrespecting that or invalidating that with this move higher. My target has been, since our most recent information, we were located, or trying to see if we would get a reversal here at this bearish FEG, but we didn't. Price invalidated that, and therefore, just like NQ or ES, price is continuing higher. And this is our first target. So this external liquidity is what we're targeting. You can see we also have this balanced price range here, or inversion on the daily. So looking for price to continue higher. Let's move down to the hourly. Relative equal lows. So that's an area of interest for a future date where I'm sure price will love to grab some liquidity there. The change in the state of delivery right here. It's the first moment in time when we get a change in trend. We had that done with displacement. Price tried to break through this, and then once we came back higher, we retested it and continued to expand higher. So we've got some high resistance liquidity here. Price respecting bullish PD arrays, we can see that here with a dip into this bullish hourly FVG, and price continuing to push higher. And on the other side of price, we have this low resistance liquidity. So that's our target. That's our target level, and we can see that low resistance liquidity running through there. So overall, bullish on Euro futures. See what oil's up to. So oil, going back to last week, we had a sweep of this swing low where we look at a bullish bias coming off of that. And we had that. We had a couple of days of expansion. Friday was not so pretty. It was fairly indecisive. But this is still our most recent information. And I'm looking for price to reach into this area of liquidity here, this bearish FVG. We have this bullish order block. Price closed above this down close candle, validating this as an order block. So we can anticipate price to retest the 50% level. If it retests and hold, then we will be looking for price to continue higher, or price might just continue to expand from this level. So bullish on oil. Here we had a bullish change in the state of delivery. We also have a stop hunt, and you could look at this as a hourly bullish breaker. And we get displacement through that breaker. We see that FVG located just there. Price comes back, tests the top of the breaker here, and continues to expand. So if we were looking at even just taking a unicorn trade here on the hourly, this would be your target met. You would have had a 2-hour trade there on oil. That would have been a lovely little trade. Virtually a little drawdown just through these few candles, and then expands higher. Having a look at this manipulation leg. We have this low resistance liquidity right through here, which is a nice target for price. So price has already swept these highs. Now we're looking for price to continue on through these highs and into this -2 to 2.5 region. So overall bullish on oil. gold has continued to move higher. And because we're at all-time highs, I have no reference point other than the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. So while we're trending higher, we remain bullish. We may see a pullback into this level here before we continue higher. We could see a reversal here, but at the moment, just going off what we have available, we've had a nice move higher here, a decisive move, a move with displacement. If this gap remains and we have a breakaway gap here, and we can see price to continue higher. So bullish on gold. Having a look at the hourly. We're just moving higher. Respecting the bullish PD arrays. No real sign of a reversal just yet. If we were going to see a change in the state of delivery, then I'd like it to be at this level here, and price needs to displace through that to confirm a change in the state of delivery. But for now, just keeping our bullish bias purely based on the trend. Having a look at Dixie now. And Dixie's looking like it's on its way to our target. Let me draw that back in. So price disrespected the bullish FVG. So that was our area of interest. We disrespected that and have continued to move lower, therefore looking for price to reach this external liquidity level just here. That would be our first target, with this level being our second target. So bearish for Dixie, and with inversely correlated asset to NQ and ES, that's what we like to see. We want to see bearish and bullish on these two. So having a look at the hourly. So from our high to our low here, this is a leg that took an important level, high to the low. We can see that we're actually at our max expansion right now and reacting to that level. That's not to say that we won't continue lower, but all our levels have played out here, and you can see what happens when we get to the -2 to 2.5. We get that consolidation, that small retracement before price moves lower. So what happened here at the -2.5, we're going to close below that level. Once we get it closed below the -2.5, we can anticipate price to reach for the -4. It's exactly what it did. And again, continuing to respect bearish PD arrays. So overall, bearish on Dixie. Let's have a look at FX now, just to wrap it up. So similar here to Euro futures on Euro USD. We've invalidated this bearish FVG. Therefore, we're looking for price to continue higher and reach for this external level. And GBP bounced nicely out of this bullish FEG, initially respecting this bearish order block, but has now punched through that today. So price moving higher and looking for price to reach to this external level. So bullish overall on GBP. And again, we can see our change in the state of delivery here. This would be a bullish unicorn here. Probably like these three candles a little bit more than these three. And we have displacement right here. There's a tiny bit of displacement, and again at the top of the breaker. So price coming down, testing, and then pushing away. So a good example there of a bullish unicorn. We have a manipulation leg here, beautifully aligned with the -2 to 2.5 for that high. So overall bullish on GBP. Okay guys, happy Monday, safe trading. Thank you for watching. I will be back tomorrow with more. Please like and sub. The channel is growing. I'm very excited to reach the 500 sub number. We're getting closer every day. Please support me and share the channel around. Really enjoying producing the content I do. So let's keep it going. All right, guys, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.